just looking at the players. I mean, this is literally an all-star cast. You know, these
Oh,
are
yeah.
these are household names that it's not just in competitive play, but like you said, running across them in random battles or in clan battles. You know, BFK, William the Dank, Pulicat, Fratstar, Deprived Pickle. Like these are all dudes that if you follow comp a decent bit, or if you play a lot of ships, you just know these guys by
Yeah.
playing against them in game, and they're all very good players.
I remember Pickle. I remember Pickle was one of the first kind of quote unquote, names or famous players or whatever that I remember hearing about when I was playing the game way back in open beta. Because I think he's an old school alpha or beta tester. Um,
Okay.
and at the time was one of the first people to really race up the battleship lines and have high tier battleships and stuff. He was one of the first people I ever saw in Montana. And this was almost 3 years ago, right? This is a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's been around forever, and the cast and crew around him on both teams are definitely, like you say, household names.
Absolutely. I've known some of the players. Dr. Citadel I've run into a bit. Fratstar, we actually interacted quite a bit back in Season 2 of Ranked Battles. Zim has been a constant feature on my replay channel, especially with the Des Moines. We've seen William the Dank, Ruslan, BFK, Grandma's Gone Wild, Potato. We've seen a lot of these players all the time. And the nice thing is they don't change their names that often.
The only name that I personally don't recognize off the top of my head is OPG's second DD, Akak, but I mean, let's be honest, he's probably just as good as anybody else that you're going to find out there because he's playing for them. So, yeah, just great players all around. So let's go, boys. Here we go. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Awkward.
No, it's okay. Let's take a quick rundown team lineups. 07 has gone Hakuryu, double Republic. We saw this a little bit out of them yesterday. Zim and his Des Moines, along with MF Jones. Pulicat and BFK, double Zhao, and double Gearing. Double Des Moines, double Zhao. Once again, we see a team with no Hindenburg, which is something we commented on yesterday as just being highly unusual.
Yes.
Well, it gives you so much DPM and number of guns. It's the best combo between number of guns and rate of fire. You can get it down to 8.8 seconds. If you decide to use the range mod, it's a 10-second reload, but you're still able to poke out to over 20 kilometers. And of course, the teams that have made it this far, their cruiser players are able to hit at 20 kilometers. So, there's a lot of options at play for the Hindi, but you're right. It's interesting to see that there's only one total in the game.
Early dive bomber there getting spotted and wiped out by combined 07 AA fire, allowing them to kind of deploy a little further in peace. Invader Zim had to angle his course there in order to back off and not take a big nasty broadside. We've got Potato, Invader Zim, BFK, and Ruslan headed down the slot to A, facing off against two. Also, we've got Derek Slides Des Moines, Pickles Yamato, and the Hindenburg is also down there. That would be Kirin Ichiban.
Yeah, Derek just took a big hit from one of the Republics. My guess is Ruslan.
Probably.
Interesting that 07 is running dual Republics, as we see Deprived doing his typical Yamato stuff.
Well, something interesting to note, Mr. Zath, Dr. Citadel and the Minotaur is in the typical Moskva spot. I wonder, at the southeast corner of the B cap, I wonder what they're going to be able to do with him as we progress here into the battle, because obviously the Moskva sitting there has the battle armor to tank a good bit of the shells that come its way, and it's at least able to reply out to 20 plus kilometers with its good performing guns. So wonder what they're going to do with it.
The key is going to be to prevent either side from pushing around the flank. So if Zim in the Des Moines is able to get through A, they're going to get those shots on the bow. Likewise, if the team over at C, Pulicat and whoever else is over there pushes around, that's
Grandma's Gone Wild already into C here now. Gray Baron coming under fire, spotted by planes. Two big chunks there. One from William the Dank's Republic, and the other from Pulicat's Zhao. More Zhao shells coming in as he smokes and pulls up on the edge of the cap, but already down a little below half health.
Wow, Pulicat with the first salvo doing about 5k, and then the Republic dishing out about another 6 or 7. So a nice little double tap right there. And
Grandma's Gone Wild has got. Yep. Grandma's Gone Wild has got great hard cover over there. No dice on those torpedoes.
No. Defensor fire is up. Baron is doing his best to hold on. Problem is he's gotta be thinking about what's his exit strategy. How is he gonna get out of this situation?
Well, C going nowhere, A going nowhere.
I'm sorry, are we boring you?
No, man, I can't count hours I have spent in the car driving over the state in the last 4 weeks, and it's starting to catch up with me.
Roger that. Now, interestingly enough, with the change in trap, we've seen a couple times now, once on Sneaky's highlight reel, and then once live in one of the games we cast, whatever ship was sent to the typical radar spot got itself whacked as it went through the channel between those two islands, the new gap that formed.
And you'll note that in both the radar cruisers that are camped there, which is MF Jones's Des Moines and Dr. Citadel's Minotaur, are not anywhere near those gaps and are parked comfortably behind cover.
Yeah. Interesting. Citadel looks like he's trying to get in a position to shoot Grandma's Gone Wild. If he gets that flanking shot, that might be enough to convince him to move a little.
Some torps going in on Derek's slide. I don't know if they already passed him, Zath. Sitting there next to the A cap. They did? Okay.
Yes. Derek is perfectly fine for now, but he's being shelled from smoke from the gearing, which means Ruslan probably has a shot on him too. Here it comes.
Just gearing. BFK's Zhao is in there pounding him as well with AG.
Oh yeah.
Zhao AG is nothing to mess around with.
Pretty good size hit through the bow there from who was that? Is that Ruslan's?
That was Ruslan's coming in. Here comes the second shot, I'm sure.
And the BFK is able to stealth fire, and that the stealth firing range of the Zhao is darn near
pretty good when you're in that smoke.
6 something, I think. Maybe he was 7, but yeah, it's extremely good. He's going to be able to stealth fire at Derek's slide as he takes another big hit.
Oh, another big chunk there. 07 with really good firing angles here on Derek slides Des Moines, forcing him back out of the cap. Potato and Invader Zim are both into the A cap. Derek looking very much like he may be the first casualty of the game. More Zhao shells coming in for him now. He's still spotted. I don't think he can avoid these.
He's on fire too.
There he goes. BFK Zhao bags Derek, slides Des Moines at A. He is the first casualty. And the first points we have ticking up as none of the caps have flipped. 6 minutes gone as 07 moves out to a 100-point lead.
Keep in mind, 07 is about to cap C here. We saw Grey Baron having to leave.
Yep, Grey Baron was forced out of the cap as Grandma's Gone Wild's patience pays off. 07 bagging C. They'll slowly start to open that gap. Yeah, he's spotted. Lots of shells going in on him. No real dice there, though, as he goes dark once again.
Well, now they have control of C. 07 does, and that gearing down at A for OPG, I don't know how long he's going to be able to sit there, because it looks like the Des Moines that's down hugging the island today is just going to try to creep forward with the OPG Des Moines taken care of now. You know, Invader Zim is going to be able to, I think, creep a little bit further ahead and extend that radar range just out enough to where they can get control of it. It looks like, yeah.
Yep, 07 ticking up A now as well. Invader Zim just patiently waiting. Potato 69 is pulled back out of the cap, smoking up BFK, who's a bit exposed there. Reversing now back into smoke, taking about half his health there from Hindenburg HE.
Now Fratstar's engaged in a little bit of duel with Pullacat. Pullacat's trying to go dark as Cody sends in some shots from the Republic.
I noticed that Pulley and Frat were having a bit of a showdown up here. Pulley looked like he was doing okay, but now I look back and he's quite low.
Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he is.
Took some of the spotted now. That's enough for Fratstar to get a couple more salvos in.
Indeed. Now we've got both caps contested once again. OPG working both A and C as Grandma's Gone Wild rotates back to B, about to push in to the top end of B through that little gap in the islands.
I don't think Pulley's going to be able to get unspotted here, and obviously since he's running into the border, he's going to slowly continue to lose speed,
But look at William the Dank. He's got a broadside shot on Frat. 10K looks like.
10K? Okay. Pretty good. 07 now getting onto the B cap because there is no DD even close for OPG to try and contest that. So it looks like 07 is going to be able to get B for free here. Don't know where that Minotaur is at right now. Where's he at, Zath?
Typical radar spot.
Same spot? Okay.
Yeah, he had moved. Hindenburg on.
Second kill of the game also going to 07 here on trap. 8 minutes gone as OPG is down 2 ships and about to be down a cap as Grandma's Gone Wild will bag B here momentarily.
That's a wonderful game. I don't know what you guys.
Minotaur now kind of spotted by plane. Ooh, another big deal. Leading the Dank bags Fratstar way up on the A line. as Polycat clings to life with 2,500 HP. Still alive, probably still unspotted now as 3 separate fighter groups chasing away the planes that were spotting Pulley.
Yeah, I don't think
There
they
are
want him
shells
spotted
there.
anymore.
I see it. Cody's Republic looks like he's gone. He's fishing. I don't know if he's going to hit anything. Let's see. Nope. They all fell short. Pulley's healing. Pulley's healing and trying to get off the map edge as 07 extends their lead out to almost 400 points here as we approach the halfway mark of the match.
Yep, Baird managed to get C-cap, so that's going to slow down the hemorrhaging at least. As Dr.
It is,
Citadel
but
has
Grandma's Gone
decided...
Wild is already headed back that way.
Yep, Dr. Citadel has decided it's time to act.
Is he going into B?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Ooh. Zath, how many hit points did Fretstar have when he got killed?
I'm not sure. I was covering
Let's
down
see.
south.
Okay.
So
'cause
much
I last
action
saw him
going
at
on
21.
both sides.
Yeah, that is true. I last saw him at 21k, so it must have been a pretty big salvo on him. But
He had been, last I saw him, I think he was closer to 8,000.
So-
okay. All
If
right.
you look at the minimap now, you can see 07 reorienting themselves up near C for a north-south push. William the Dank and Polycat both turning around. MF Jones repositioning around this northern island, moving up so that he can radar the C-cap as Grandma's Gone Wild. Looks like he might try to move back into C. They look content to cede B for now. They don't need the points. They're going to let Citadel get a free cap, essentially, and then eventually turn those 4 or 5 ships and plunge right down through C into B.
Shell's
and
going to
do-
Citadel.
Yep,
And
I
he
see
got
it.
Citadel.
Yep, takes a big chunk there, about half his HP gone.
Dropping torpedoes, they have been spotted already.
Yep.
Heading up to the northeast, up towards MF Jones in Des Moines. But
A little surprised that Jones is exposing himself around this island with the Republic still lurking over there. I assume he's going to move up to that hard cover
yes,
with his radar, and just to make sure that the gearing does not come back and try to cap this point again.
that is the play that he is definitely going to make, and he'll be able to move into that hard. Those Minotaur torpedoes don't have any chance of hitting
Yep.
him.
In the
Very-
meantime, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, very timely move by the Des Moines to get up in the spot, so now they're going to be able
Yep.
to. Yep, there we go. So
In the meantime, the 07 forces at A content to simply hold what they've got and continue to drop shells and torpedoes on the OPG guys that are pulling back from there.
Watch Dr.
Citadel's
Citadel.
in combat again. Yep,
Oh.
14,000 HP, taking some fire here for sure. Shells from the south, nothing. Republic
I think-
shells from the south doing
I-
nothing.
I think Jones is going to try to back up and maybe get that rear turret to Dr. Citadel in the full turn. We'll see here if his butt is sticking out
Nope, Jones is
enough.
moving forward. Jones is
Moving
moving
forward, okay.
forward, trying to make sure that island protects him from Citadels completely.
Yeah, at this point, it's
Citadel
not
on
worth risking your health just for that kill shot.
No.
We've seen that
No, it's not.
come in before.
I mean, they've got a 350-point lead. There's no sense in risking anything they don't have to risk at all.
Right. Meanwhile, Citadel is just going to be forced to do some crazy dancing.
Beautiful torp strike coming in on Zim, but no dice there. But
And
Jones
did get the kill.
does bag Citadel in B.
He did end up backing up Sea Raptor
Yes, he did.
to get the kill. So
Yes, he did.
Yeah. You probably thought no threat from anywhere.
07 headed out to almost a 500-point lead now with 8 minutes to play here on Trap. OPG looking very rough, tough position for them to try and come out of now.
yeah,
They don't own C, they don't own A, they can't really contest B just as soon as O go for it. And honestly, there's really no need. They're just going to keep ticking up points.
No, at this point, there's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left if nothing happens.
Yep. Holy Cat is the lowest ship on the board for 07, and he is safely ensconced in smoke. I'm confident he has zero interest in risking his ship. As soon as
Yep.
he doesn't have cover, he'll just stop firing.
Interestingly enough, Pickle just DCP'd on 1 fire, maybe 2 fires. So now he's going to be, he's going to get toasted, I think.
oh, some AP coming in from the Republic. That's about 8,000 or so. Something to note, guys. I really like those 7 strategy here. Obviously, they had the same battleships, double Zao, double Des Moines, double gearing. I really liked the wide plays to take it down to A and take most of their forces to the north up to C. It was a very wide enveloping strategy that brought a lot of nice angles into play, and then with some very convenient gearing smoke clouds to shield, at least on the south end of the Zao, they were able to, get really good damage dealt on OPG ships that were out of position. So that was
Indeed.
a very well Very well done.
Well, and we can see now the 07 rally we talked about a couple of minutes ago, Mal materializing. Grandma's Gone Wild driving straight for B, backed up by MF Jones's Des Moines. Now, MF Jones is not out where the Republic can see him. I think Cody's Republic will be down here momentarily. Looks like he's burning as well. There he goes.
Oh, Battleship HE.
Yep, 650-point lead now for 07 as they look to be in complete control. Game should be over momentarily. How much time does your little mod tell you there, Zath?
42 seconds.
There you go.
And it looks like 07 is not even going to lose a ship. Rustlin Bear is the lowest now.
Yeah.
Rustlin is trading Yamato shells with Deprived Pickle. Ruslin's a little worse for wear, but still has well over 22,000 hit points.
Yeah, he took a torpedo from the gearing.
Yami shell's coming at him. He might
Yeah, I
die
see
here
it.
from the Citadel.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, wow, that was terrible dispersion. Some landed short, and some landed
That
long.
was Japanese vertical dispersion says no.
Not honorable.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Pickle's probably going to get torpedoed.
8 points to go. Total map control as 07 seals the deal here on Troop, going on Trap, going up 1 game to nothing in a best of 5.
That was an excellent strategy, guys. I know I already said it, but that wide envelopment was almost run to perfection.
Well, to me,
great.
that first kill that they got on Derek Slides Des Moines was just a thing of beauty, right? You had the smoke ready. BFK went right into it, able to pound on him with Zhao shells. Ruslan with that nasty 431 millimeter pen. Just the two of them just crushed Derek in what felt like probably no less than 60 seconds.
And something to also note on that, not just the smokescreen provided to the Zhao by the gearing, but it's something that a lot of players are kind of hesitant to do because the south end of that ACAP, the southwest part of the ACAP, excuse me, is very wide open. Obviously, it's an open water, and it's also near the map border. But if you noticed, 07's gearing tried to poke down deep into that ACAP to get angles to shoot torps at the Des Moines as well. So not only was the Des Moines getting shot at, but even though the gearing's torps down there, I think it was Potato, didn't hit the Des Moines, he was still able to get an angle all the way down there to drop torps into that, the side of the island where Derek Slide was at. And it's a risky play because if the enemy team puts fighters down there or gets air control down there, you can't really do it because you're kind of extending a little bit. But those angles, the little small things right there, guys, we always harp on it. Those small little angles that you need to be able to find when you're playing against the best teams to be able to find the damage, find the kills, and ultimately win the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think OPG came out a little bit too aggressive early on, especially with their A push. Got stalled, were pushed back, and meanwhile, CCAP, we saw, well, we saw a lot of stuff happening.
Well, I'm a fan of that Des Moines spot that Derek Slide was in. I'm a fan of it too because it provides so much hard cover that the only way that you can really dig that guy out of there is if the other team pushes down south past the the island where Invader Zim was at. They got to get ships further south than that island to be able to get that angle to work at. But it's readily apparent that 07 has practiced that because they had a plan down there to get ships into those angles, into those positions to really hit them hard. And you saw that with Pulicat and the Zhao doing really good work on that guy. And then throw on a couple Republic shells that do some, chunk damage. And that was definitely well thought out. That was not by accident. That was definitely by design.
And we know from the last tournament that 07 does a lot of practicing.
Yes. Yeah, I remember when we had him in there. When we were talking to him, I think it was after they won against PSV. They said literally they scrimmed like almost, if not every day, in the run up to the tournament because
Raptor, you ready?
Practice makes perfect. So.
Yes, indeed. There? Yes. Nope. I'm actually doing back end work, getting the tournament bracket updated with the map picks from both our match and the PSV match. So I'm letting you guys go while I do some work in the background.